Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. JOTA, and of course, today is not a good day. I gotta tell you, man. I mean, it was a horrible game for so many people, and I truly agree with them. It was the referee, okay? Again, I mean, the referee was horrible, as usual in Spain, but let me tell you something. This cannot be an excuse, okay? We cannot be all the time complaining about the referee, about the circumstances, because in that case, we would be like FC Barcelona, like Xavi Hernandez, right? Complaining about everything. No, there's no excuses. When it comes to Real Madrid, man, there's no excuses, okay? We have to know, we have to be able to figure the win out, right? How to win, how to get through the problems, how to overcome the circumstances, right? The obstacles on the way, all that stuff, right? And honestly, last night it was again a horrible game, horrible performance. It was the same thing we saw against Girona, we saw against Leipzig, and it's the third game out of the last four we're not winning. And it's becoming a concern. It's becoming something bigger, because for so many people, this was pretty much done, okay? We were flying high, right? We were doing great, and just because of that, we thought everything was over, everything is done, we're gonna win again, we're going to repeat again the La Liga title, the Champions title, we're gonna win everything. I mean, we were over-optimistic, right? And that is not good when it comes to football, right? Because these kind of things happen, right? And last night against Rayo Vallecano, my opinion, and so many more people else's opinion, is the players have not the head on the pitch. They don't have the head on La Liga. They don't have their brains in the Champions. Right now, the 90% of them are in the World Cup already. And that is a big thing. Because if you think about it, we still have games ahead, right? And we had games ahead like yesterday, last night, and the other day on Saturday, and last weekend, all this stuff. And when you have the core of your players thinking about the World Cup, is not a good thing. I told you guys yesterday, Tchouaméni said, the only thing I'm thinking about is just the World Cup. That is the only thing. Man, and that is something that really pissed off a lot of people, a lot of Madridistas out there, because you are confirming, right, that you're not focused anymore in La Liga, because your brain, your head right now is already in the World Cup, right? And that is something those Madridistas really hate. And according to Jose Luis Sanchez, this is something that I've just read over here, I don't know where, but according to Jose Luis Sanchez, one of the journalists that normally follow the information of Real Madrid and covers Real Madrid information, and let me tell you, a guy that has very good information when it comes to Real Madrid, according to him, okay, Ancelotti's crew is very, very upset. I'm trying to find, yeah, but it's not here. Oh, let me find it really quick. It's right here, because I've just retweeted. So yeah, here we go. Look, according to Jose Luis Sanchez, part of the Real Madrid coaching staff can wait for the World Cup to end. It has become impossible to keep the players focused, and that is the thing. So there's no excuses, man. It was the same thing against Girona. It was the same thing against Leipzig, and these guys are kind of snooze or sleepy when they come onto the pitch, and they don't even know what to do. And we saw it yesterday. I mean, no clarity of mind, no ideas, no strategy, no nothing. I mean, the players were just scattered all around the pitch without knowing what to do, right? The defense line was horrible, was just horrible. 3 goals. I mean, 6 goals if you add up the 3 goals against Leipzig, right? I mean, the rivals this year are easily figuring out how to score against Real Madrid, and that is a bad thing. That is a very bad thing, right? Because we don't have the wall we were supposed to have, right? And that's not good. That's not good. Because if you add up on top of that, actually, if you have an attack line that is not becoming more effective, you are not able to scoring goals and stuff like that, that's not a good deal, man. If the rival is knowing how to score and you don't even know, you have no idea about how to score, man, and you're missing the most important man, which is Benzema, what is going to happen? I mean, horrible. I mean, the combination is very bad for us, and of course, I don't know if this Real Madrid is ready to overcome all these problems and of course bring in the brains of the player, because in my opinion are already in the World Cup. For example, the penalty, Carvajal's penalty, man, it was super silly penalty, right? That was one. The other one, the attack line, Vinicius Jr. Getting engaged in all these kind of little beefs and controversies and all the stuff with the Rayo Vallecano players, who at the same time they know how to do that and they know exactly what to do when it comes to Vinicius Jr. You have to get this guy out of control. You have to get this guy completely out of his mind, and it's super easy. Yeah, I agree with you that these guys, Rayo Vallecano players and other rivals, are all the time pushing Vinicius Jr. and kicking him and challenging him and tackling him super hard, so the guy loses his mind super easy. But man, it is what it is. It's the kind of play in Spain, and you have to know that up front, right? And you have to know you cannot get engaged with them because it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here, but to me, at this time of the season, Real Madrid players are completely unfocused, right? Are completely out of their minds in terms of soccer. And man, I don't know what is going to happen. But if we've just lost the top of the standings. FC Barcelona is right now the new leader of La Liga. And if we keep applying this kind of mentality to other competitions, man, like the Champions, it's gonna be worse. Let me remind you something. When Ancelotti first came to Madrid to coach Real Madrid, I mean, the first season was just great, winning the Copa del Rey and the Champions. But the next season, I mean, the beginning was great until December. We were flying high, and when we came back in January, it was horrible, man. It was completely a disaster, right? And we ruined everything, and we ruined actually all the things that we've just built up, right? In the beginning of the season, we ruined pretty much everything. We lost everything. We didn't win La Liga. We didn't qualify for the Champions. We were eliminated from the Copa del Rey. And eventually Carlo Ancelotti was sacked, right? So be careful, guys. Do not mess with these kind of things. The damn World Cup, man, is gonna ruin our season, and we have to be careful with that, man. I mean, if you think about it, we've just won La Liga and Champions last season, right? But this is Real Madrid, and it's not okay to go with no titles in a season. I mean, it's not okay not winning anything in one season. It's not okay, and we know that. And we have to be aware, when you play for Real Madrid, you have to aspire, right, to win everything. You have to be ready to win everything. And every single game counts. You cannot go out of the pitch, man, just sleeping. Because they were kind of distracted, unfocused, lost. I don't know, man. It was just horrible. But the problem is, it is not the only game that this happened, right? It is not the only one. This has happened in the last 3 games, and I don't know what's going on, man. And the problem is, I don't think Carlo Ancelotti really knows what to do with these players. I don't think Ancelotti is ready to convince these players that they have to come back to Madrid and say, hey, we're not in the World Cup yet, so we have to still play for Real Madrid, we still have to be focused, we still have to win, we have to be careful with everything, we have to keep our minds right here, man. I don't know, man. It was horrible. I mean, the game, it was, I mean, shame on them, man. We did a horrible game. We did a horrible game, and I don't know what is going to happen, what is next, because if now the players fly over Qatar to start a World Cup, because apparently that is the only thing they want to do for now, I mean, when they come back, what are they going to do? And are they going to keep their minds still in Qatar and the World Cup and stuff? I don't know, man. I'm super disappointed with the players, super disappointed with the thing, and the other thing, we lost the leadership of La Liga, which makes me nuts, because we had not to do that. We were not supposed to lose the first place, but anyways, let's see what happens. Let's see how Carlo Ancelotti can manage all this stuff, and see if we can go through that and we can be back on our feet, man, because otherwise it's gonna be way complicated this season. Let's see.